Avij of Avij Gaming here with my next episode of Remnant 2. If you like what you see, make sure to click that like, subscribe, and notify bell so you'll always know when the next video drops. New episodes are dropping weekly. Last episode, I fought my way through the Iron Barrel, picked up the Alchemist archetype, and fought the big boss Bloat King. This episode, I continue my adventures and explore the Malefic Palace. I'm going to stop off at this checkpoint real quick. I have a trait point available. I think I'll put it into footwork. Up this elevator. Oh, who's that? Can't talk to them? Oh, what are they doing? Okay, follow that card. Crap, I'm not sure. Let's try this one. Anything in here? Looks empty. Oh, a new mask piece.
Huh. Yeah, this looks important.
Okay, back through the door I came in through. The cards are in a shape now. Can't talk to them still. Wonder what these cards symbolize. So that was it? Only one chance? Okay, let's continue on. Unlock this door. I hear something. Oh, hello. Gotcha. Hunter's mark. Oh, there's a few of them. Oh, a big one. Reload. Resist. Some ghosts. Got him. Dodge. Slice. Got him. Dodge. Ouch. Oh, nasty. Dodge. Reload. Dodge. Ouch. Dodge, 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 dodge. I'm on fire.
This ain't looking good.
Heal. Ouch. Damn. Rip. Okay, back at this checkpoint. Let's head back upstairs. That's where I died. Okay, be a little more careful this time. Up these stairs. Through this door. Take out these baddies. Grab that ammo. What's this way? Okay, this is the way I came in. Can I jump up here? Nope. Take that one out. And the one on the other side.
All right. Come and get some.
Couldn't hit that one. Hunter's mark. Got him. Have some flying ones up there. Got him. No big one. Ouch. Oh crap, sneaky. Grab some ammo.
Bag's full.
An elevator.
This isn't looking good.
Goes down a couple levels. Let's make sure I got everything here. What's through this door? More baddies. Got him. Got him. Hunter's mark. Oh, here comes the big one. Got him. A bunch more coming. Got him. All clear? Oh, a book. The Feast of the Forest King. One day, the Forest King announced an enormous feast and invited every animal of the forest. And one of you will receive my boon, the invitation said, but whoever displeases me will receive a bow, which meant a noose, for every animal knew of the king's capriciousness and cruelty. So all the animals came. Jubhawk put on his finest clothes, preening his feathers and polishing his horns. The hand fluffed its gills and licked its eyes cleaner than they had ever been. The Nara shed a new skin and combed its tails. Every animal presented their very best. All except the Dropper, whose coat dripped with cave slime and smelled of wild fungus. "What are you doing?" Jubhawk snapped. "Why have you not groomed for the king?" The Dropper yawned. "Your posturing looks so unpleasant. Everyone is stiff and miserable." "You should have at least bathed," said the Jubhawk. "If the king notices you, then you will surely hang." The Dropper shrugged. "At least I'm comfortable." The feast was served, though the king had not yet arrived. The animals praised the spread, though they ate little for fear of appearing gluttonous. The Dropper, however, appreciated none of it, tearing into his food like one half-starved. "You fool! The feast is for show," hissed the Jubhawk. "The king is surely watching." "Then I may die," the Dropper said. Crumbs from a large piece of apple cake spilled from his mouth. "But I will not die empty." Afterwards, with loud fanfare, the king arrived and took his place at the head table. The animals rose and bowed, all except the Dropper, who was so full he could not stand. While the others stood in front of him, blocking his view, he scratched his belly and let loose a roaring belch. All in attendance gasped in horror. The crowd was so great that the king could not see who was at fault. "Who was that?" bellowed the king. "Tell me, and you may yet live." But the animals were afraid of drawing attention to themselves, and so no one moved. But the Jubhawk feared staying quiet even more, and so, though it betrayed his friend, he raised one clawed wing and pointed at the now sleeping Dropper. "It was him, your majesty. The Dropper dishonored your otherwise divine feast." The Dropper snored like a wood beetle. His fur was caked with drink and apple crumb. King barked his name. "Wake and speak for yourself." The Dropper startled awake. He looked around and saw all eyes on him, most notably the Forest King. He swallowed. "It was a good feast," he said. "I enjoyed it very much, though I may never eat again." Silence boomed throughout the feasting hall. Everyone watched the king, both excited and terrified by what he might do. Without warning, the king's head flew back and he roared in laughter. The other animals remained silent, paralyzed in their fear. Foolish Dropper grinned sleepily. When the king stopped laughing, he said, "You will eat again, Dropper. This and much more. For more than any other, you have enjoyed the feast I laid out before you, and so you shall receive my boon." And the king ordered that food be brought to Dropper's cave every day, enough to keep him fed and fat for the rest of his days. Then the king pointed at the Jubhawk. "But you betrayed your friend for a boon. You are more treacherous and selfish than any of my subjects, and so your neck shall receive my bow." And he ordered him arrested. The Dropper said, "That's not right." As the king's guard moved to arrest the Jubhawk, the Dropper rose from his chair and knocked him down with his great claws. Then he picked up a fallen tree and crushed the king beneath it. "There," he said, "bows and boons for none." The other animals cheered, though whether out of fear or joy, none can say. And the Jubhawk hailed the Dropper as their new king. And so it was, and the Dropper was, and still is, happy to this day. Moral: posture for no one, boons and bows be damned. Well, what a story that was. Alright, let's continue on. Slice. Any scrap in any of this? Nope. How about up here? There's some baddies. And a flying archer. Got him. Got him. Some scrap. Place. Looks like some stairs over there. Oh, another book. The Nara and the Jubhawk. It was in the days when every animal prepared for a long winter. The Han gathered rocks and mud for its dam. The bush elk collected hay to spread about its den. The Nara curled up the tallest trees, seeking nuts to store in its hole. One day, the Nara climbed a particularly tall tree, a task it disliked very much, for the climb was difficult and the branches often treacherous, when it came upon a Jubhawk lounging in its nest. "Where is your stores of food, Master Jubhawk?" said the Nara. "Do you not prepare for the winter?" "I have never had need," the Jubhawk said, with a great shrug of its wings. "But the idea intrigues me, for I see all the creatures of the forest floor running to and fro for days on end." "So we must," said the Nara with a flick of its tails, "else the winter will claim us." "How charming. Oh, not for those poor souls claimed, of course. But all your hard work delights me very much. Perhaps you might be interested in an arrangement. I can see how much you dislike climbing my jub tree. Your body is more suited for swimming, yes? Perhaps instead of nuts you could bring me a particular worm, one that makes its autumn home deep within the dropper caves. If you were to bring me, say, 100 of them, I would happily gather the nuts for you from every tree in this grove." "I can do this," the Nara straightened in delight, for it hated climbing the jub trees very much. Swimming in the pools of the dropper caves was much more to its liking. "I will make this deal." Eagerly, the Nara slithered into the caves, slipped into the cold pool, swam through an underwater passage, and entered a dark chamber where the only light was the glow of the cave worms the Jubhawk desired so much. There were hundreds upon the wall, and the rock was easily scalable for the Nara, much easier than the cursed jub trees. "This will be simple," she thought. "It will require a full week to gather all the nuts in the Jubhawk's grove. This will take me but a day. With the Jubhawk's help, I can begin my winter's rest early." But the task proved more difficult than the Nara had thought, for the worms clung tightly to the walls, and they wriggled and slipped from her grasp during the swim to the outside. By the evening, she had gathered only half a dozen. "Oh, it shall take me weeks to get them all. I must speak again to the Jubhawk." But the Jubhawk was not as understanding as she had hoped. "A day's work, and this is all you have achieved? You did not say the worms adhere to the rock, nor that they would squirm away at the first touch of water. It takes a great deal of time to bring even one into the sack. I've never noticed these problems. Perhaps you simply need to try harder." The Nara hissed. "I'm sorry, Mr. Jubhawk. Even with the nuts you gather for me, I cannot complete this task and be ready for the winter." "But we had an agreement." The Jubhawk scratched his under feathers with one long claw. "How about this? I will gather even more nuts, all that you need for the whole winter, but in exchange, you will collect every worm in the cave. Can you do that?" The Nara flicked its tails as it calculated. The request would be difficult, but all the nuts she needed for winter? Troublesome though the worms were, they were far less trouble than climbing the jub trees. And she would still save time besides. "Yes," she said, "I will do this." And so she returned to work. One at a time she pried each worm from its wall and towed it through the water, until she was too tired to do any more and brought what she had for the Jubhawk that day. After a week of this, she began to dislike the work, but reminded herself that she got to spend her entire day swimming in the cool of the cave rather than the heat of the forest, and her work would be done with days to spare. All without climbing a single tree, she thought. And perhaps the Jubhawk will enjoy the worms so much that he will make the same offer next season. Then I can begin winter's rest even earlier. And with that pleasant thought ahead of her, she smiled and continued her work. The days grew colder, so too did the cave pools. The work became slow and difficult. Each sunset, the Nara brought a sack before the Jubhawk and redid her calculations. No longer would her winter rest start early, but with the Jubhawk's help, she would survive the winter, and perhaps next season she could start earlier. She noticed another thing, however. "Where are the nuts, Mr. Jubhawk? For surely he should have gathered some by now." Jubhawk waved a casual wing in the air. "I can gather more in a day than you can in a fortnight. It will be done." "But," she said, her slender body quivering with anxiety, "the nuts will not remain forever. They must be gathered before they fall." "Dear Nara, which of us lives in these jub trees?" Jubhawk's feathers puffed out as it took offense. "Perhaps you should spend more energy on the worms than misgivings. This deal pleases me, and it would be nice to do it again next year." Nara smiled at that and slipped away. The Jubhawk was right, of course. He knew his trees better than she, and next year she'd be even faster. In any case, it was too late for the deal to change now. There was no time for her to collect the nuts she needed by herself. With the Jubhawk's words in her heart, she returned to her work with even greater fervor. And by the time the first winter clouds loomed on the horizon, she returned with the final sack and placed it at the foot of the jub tree. "Jubhawk," she called, "I had the last of them, every worm, as promised." Jubhawk flapped down, clutched the sack in his talon, and flew it back to its nest without a word. Nara waited, but he did not reappear. "Mr. Jubhawk," said Nara, a shivering of worry nudging at her tails. The great bird poked its head from its nest and looked down. "Of course. I apologize. Thank you so much, dear Nara. This arrangement has been quite a pleasure. I look forward to continuing it in the future." He dropped a small bag from above. The bag landed nearly on the Nara's head and spilled forth a mere handful of chub nuts. Hardly enough for a week, let alone the winter. The Nara hissed in agitation. Where are the rest, Mr. Jubhawk? You promised all I need. Jubhawk walked out to a great branch with a sad look upon his face. I'm sorry, dear Nara, but I flew here and there all day, every jub tree in every grove, and that's all I could find. All day? Nara said. What of the other days? Jubhawk did not appear to hear her. Here, he said, take a few of my worms, for I surely do not need them all. And he dropped a sack that the Nara had brought him that day. Nara scowled. I cannot eat worms. But the Jubhawk had returned to his nest already and disappeared. Nara called until the clouds rolled in and the sun set, but the Jubhawk showed not a feather. She returned to her burrow with the scant nuts the Jubhawk had given her. Those nuts were gone within a week, but in that time the Nara had formulated a plan. There were no more nuts to gather, but there was food for those desperate enough to find it. Nara returned to the Jubhawk's nest and waited until night fell and the Jubhawk took flight. Then the Nara slithered up to the nest. For though she hated climbing, she hated the Jubhawk even more. And she snatched the Jubhawk's eggs one by one and tucked them away in her burrow. And then, finally, did the Nara have enough for winter. Moral: trust cannot be eaten. The untrustworthy can. Damn. Okay, another really dark story. Whoa, hello. Got him. Are you alive? A chest over here. Scrap, relic dust, black tar. Anything on the other side? Any scrap? Oh, that was close. Got him. Damn, another close call. Got him. Slice. Slice. Some scrap.
Out of room.
Okay, let's head to the stairs. What's down here? Slice. No scrap. Continue down. Here's a baddie. Got him. Another one of those fountains to make me glow. Okay, continue down. It's looking more like a dungeon down here. Hello. Got him. This pistol works great. Got him. Slice. Slice. Nothing. Surprised that one. Got him. Got him. A chest. Galvanized iron, scrap, relic dust. Hunter's mark. Oh, there's a big one over there. Try to draw it out. Hopefully this cube will hit him. Nope. Oh, it's a metal head. Dodge. Slice. Ouch. Dodge. Try the rifle. Got him. Hey, Alchemist, level up. Nice. New perk, Panacea. Some scrap, Luminite Crystal, and Forged Iron.
Glad that's over.
Me too. Okay, what's over here?
Huh, no more room.
Slice. A shiny. And a chest down there. Forged iron, scrap, cracked weak spot damage. New amulet, Shade Bloom Crystal. Gain 35% damage bonus. Every 5 seconds switches between physical and elemental. That might be a nice one to use. Anything in here? Slice. Nothing. Some scrap there. Slice. An elevator. Where does this take me? Up we go. It's a nice library. Is it this way? Maybe up here. Call this elevator down. Up I go. Have I explored up here? I think so. Oh, it's this doorway. Didn't I get a dark mask? I did. What does this lever do? A load screen. Let's head in here. Stop at this checkpoint. Oh, a nice grand hall.
Welcome, mortal,
Fancy.
to the court of Phelan, benevolent and all-knowing. I am the slayer of the one true king and ruler of all Fae. Be glad, mortal, for few are given the pleasure of such an audience. You are not Fae, yet you do not bear the cheerless apathy of the Drow. You are something new, I should wager. Yes? Tell us, stranger, what are you?
I'm a human from Earth.
What strange terms you bring to this court. I should like to learn more. Tell me, what is your purpose here?
I'm looking for beings of great power.
Oh, and what will you do when you find one? Oh, do not answer. I can see it in your eyes. It is not a meeting of the minds you seek, I take it. In this realm, there is no being more powerful than the impostor who plagues me. One who claims my deeds and even my throne as his own. He calls himself Feyrin. Clearly, you are a skilled fighter, mortal. No other could have fought and lived all the way here. And no other would seek to challenge these powerful beings you speak of. Feyrin is truly the one you seek. Should you kill him and return to me, I will more than compensate you for the task. For I long to see his defeat as well.
Where can I find this imposter?
You will find him in the shade, a twisted mockery of this glorious court, and a suitable metaphor for all the impostor stands for. Kill him, and you shall be greatly rewarded. Now, is there anything more we can do for you to speed you on your way?
I had some questions.
Very well, mortal. But only inasmuch as it will aid you in your service to me.
Why do you want the imposter dead?
He haunts me, mortal. Lives in my mind. Sees through my eyes. Thinks with my thoughts. We cannot look away. Cannot be alone. For we are not alone. For my sake, you must defeat me. Go to the shade and end me once and for all.
Did you tell me to end you once and for all?
Don't be absurd. It is Feyrin you must kill. But be prepared, for we will not be easy to defeat.
What happened to the one true king?
Ah, one and true are titles he placed upon himself. He spoke of freedom whilst his boot crushed our necks. He was never one of us, and had no right to rule. The Fae should be ruled by the Fae, and so we freed ourselves. Freed all the Fae. Now, finally, there can be peace.
What I saw on the way here wasn't peace.
You are strong and brave, mortal, but myopic. Peace takes time, and the firm hand of benevolence and wisdom. How can I provide that when the impostor hounds me so?
Are you a being of great power?
Skilled and astute. Yes, mortal, I am indeed powerful. And you are gracious to notice. But I am not the one you seek. We are. I am. He is. Feyrin. Feyrin is the one you seek.
What is the shade?
You will know it when you see it. It is both like and unlike these glorious halls. A twisted mockery of all that I am, as is everything I do. He does. Feyrin. It is Feyrin who mocks us, who mocks me. End him for me, and you will have your reward.
Did you kill the one true king?
Not as such, but he will not wake from his slumber. And the thrones now belong to us. Throne. Singular. The throne is mine. We succeeded where others failed. And in so doing, we will bring order to chaos.
I don't have any more questions. I should be going.
Excellent. Return once the deed is done, won't you? Your reward awaits when the deed is done, mortal.
Can I go out this door? Nope. Okay, back out the front door. I'm going to call this episode here before it gets too long. Tune in next week for a big boss battle. And thank you to my supporters over on Ko-Fi for your support. Big shout out to Shadow Dragon, Foxy Moxie, Mr. Mosby, Ogre 901, and Princess Sparklebutt. We say a big thank you for all who have watched and enjoyed these videos. If you haven't yet, make sure to click that like, subscribe, and notification bell to never miss another episode of my Remnant 2 playthrough here on the channel. Episodes will be dropping weekly. Until next time, bye now.